Well, hello and welcome to Talk Time. Now, this week we are going to do something which is not usual, something which is quite extraordinary. We're going to be having a conversation with a gentleman who used to be a priest and says that he's no longer a priest and that now he's a messenger. What message is he carrying? And for what purpose is he carrying that message? Who are the people that this message is intended for? And so on. Welcome to Talk Time.
It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna make most of it. It's a beautiful day. A day to share with you. You'll make my world go round. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really got me saying, nice girl brings home happiness, brings home happiness.
Experience the wide range of top quality and affordable electronics, phones, tablets, home and office appliances from NASCO. NASCO, bring home happiness.
Yeah, hello and welcome back to Talk Time. And as I indicated from the beginning, we are going to be talking to an exceptional man, somebody who used to be a priest, who has been to the seminary, but who says that he's no longer a priest, but is a messenger and has a message for the people of Ghana. Now, what is this message? Who gave him the message? And why is this message relevant to our lives and so on? We are talking to OSOMAFO KWASI BENYAME. OSOMAFO KWASI BENYAME, the messenger. OSOMAFO is simply messenger. OSOMAFO, welcome to the studio. Now, you used to be a priest.
Yeah.
Why are you no longer a priest?
Well, it's true that I used to be a priest, but now I am a messenger. You see, there is difference between a priest and a messenger. A messenger can be, in another word, we can say an evangelist. And most of the time, the work of evangelist or a messenger is different from a priest. That is, a priest carries the congregation and put them in one place and then started teaching or preaching to them. But an evangelist or a messenger goes around saying whatever message he has been given to, not necessarily gathering people in one place and telling them. So that is the difference between a messenger and a priest work.
So who gave you this message? What kind of message is it?
Well, the message is about who and which people can we say they are the people of Israel. Because this truth has been hidden for so many years, I can say centuries, not years. And most of us doesn't even know who were the Israelites.
Why is it important for us to know who the Israelites are?
Yes, it's very, very important. Because, let's assume that I am the next of kin of this building, but I don't know. I came to meet some people who take care of this place when probably my father died. And the people say I am a slave to them. I have nothing here but just a slave because I was a young boy and I don't have any idea. You see, that alone will dump my spirit from rising up. I will always be low. Till one day, this slave that people are claiming start cleaning the house and comes across a document, sees his name there, that he is the next of kin of that house. What do you think the spirit will be? His spirit will start moving up and claiming his position. So the importance of it is that the people who were called the Israelites, those whose ancestors were living on that land, now has become slaves because they don't know. Out of ignorance, they have become slaves in this world, never even knowing that they are the kings in this world. And therefore, the importance of this message is to give the morals of the people who are the original Israelites, the morals to carry on the mantle of leadership in this world. And it's going to happen, life and call it. I don't force anybody to believe me. Ghana is going to rule the world. America knows that. British knows that. Russia knows that. German knows that. Italian knows that. Except Ghanaians don't know. They don't know.
That Ghana
is going to rule this world after America. I'm not begging anybody to believe, because even I don't have belief myself, because belief means something that you can't prove. You assume that it exists. So me, I don't deal with beliefs. I deal with proofs. So
now, who is this person, whatever, entity, whatever, who gave you this message?
In actual fact, I see him as a black young guy whose haircut is down like this young man, but he never gives me the name. But what me myself realized from the scriptures is that the coming of who is to come, before he comes, there must be somebody who will clear the road, who will prepare the way before him. And that person, according to the scriptures, is nobody but Elijah, whose original name is Mauli. You can't doubt me. That doesn't mean anything. Your doubts are nothing to, it has nothing to do with the truth. You see, and this person is to come back and prepare the way before the coming of the messenger himself.
So the person who is giving you this message is a black young person.
A black young person.
With low hair.
With low haircut.
Low haircut.
Yes.
And you assume that it may be Elijah.
That is what I assume that it may be, because according to the interpretation, the dream that I had for the first time was that I was lying on my bed and I dreamt and I saw a young man kissing, I saw somebody kissing my mouth. When I opened my mouth, not physically but in the dream, I saw this young man standing by my bed. And in fact, I was furious because I'm expecting a woman to come and give me a kiss, not a man. If a man comes to give you a kiss, it means something homosexual is about to happen. So I was furious. But I stare at him, he stares at me, nobody talks to each other. Then all of a sudden, he picks a key holder from the pocket, and as he was handing it over to me, I saw a small transparent cross hanging on the key holder, and I took it from him. And after taking it, he just disappeared, thinking that the guy was a homosexual. But the interpretation came and he said, no, the young man has a message for this world. But because he's in spirit, he needs you to deliver the message. And the key to the message is what he has given you, and the transparent means the truth. If any pastor or any man of God is watching me with this message that I'm giving, if he has interpretation of the dream that I'm saying, he can also contribute.
So this young man only exists in your dream?
Yes, this young man, I have only been seeing him in my dream for 7 good years, teaching me. So I take him to be my teacher.
Why do you believe your dream?
Because...
Why do you think that your dream is something that we should be concerned about?
That is truth. Because even me, myself, I doubt him when he says certain things to me. But anything that he sees that I doubt it, he showed me where to go and find the truth. He will pinpoint it to me, go here, and you will find it there. Even I never knew that people are coming to deceive the world, that they are the people of Israel, until he told me. Even though I've been holding the Bible for several years, I never knew this until he told me that people are coming to deceive the world, and that is in Revelation chapter 3 verse 9. Let's find out. Until he showed me. Then I went there and I saw it real. So anything he tells me, I doubt him. But when I doubt, he sees that I'm doubting, and he gives me where I can find the truth. This is
Revelation.
Yes, Revelation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading from chapter 3 verse 9. It says, I will make those who are of the synagogue of Satan, who claim to be Jews, though they are not, but liars, will make them come and fall down at your feet and acknowledge that I have loved you. So when he gave me this message in a dream, I wake up and then started reading, and I said, wow, I never knew there was a prophecy that people are coming to deceive the world, that they are the Israelites, until he told me. And it was here clear. And there are so many things he has been telling me, proving to me that I should go and check if he's lying. And anything that he says to me, I go and check. Some of them on the internet. And I go and check, and I find them to be truth. And anybody who asks me any question about that, I can even tell you, go here, you see it there. Like the names I was trying to prove to you, that nobody was called Abraham.
So is it possible for ordinary, simple human beings like me to also see this young man?
Okay. You see,
this young man with low haircut, black and so on. Is it possible for somebody like me to see him?
That is when you have been assigned to meet such a person, because you know, dreams are always message from God. Message from God. That is what I'll put it. But sometimes, because we don't understand, we think they are just mere dreams. And some of them may happen immediately. Some of them take a longer period to happen. So sometimes your dream may take a longer period and you may forget that you have had that dream before.
But some dreams are also associated with ill health.
Yes, that dreams...
high fever.
Yes, I know.
Malaria and so on. They can
that is what the physicians say. That is what the physicians say. Somebody may have high fever and say, I was in heaven, I saw this, I saw that and that. Well, it could be true because I'm not a physician. But that is what the physician says.
And you are sure that you haven't had any severe malaria over the last 10 years?
If I have had severe malaria, and malaria is what is giving me those dreams, I can prove them.
Okay.
Malaria dreams cannot be proven. That is the differences between me and whoever is having malaria dream. You can't prove it. He told me point blank that my name, Benjamin, is my own language. And I asked him, where can I find it? And he said, go to Genesis chapter 35. Read from verse 17 coming down. You will understand your name. That is your language. It's not an English language. And I went there and I saw everything.
We have a Bible here. Let's go there and see whether we find Benjamin there.
All right.
Genesis
35 from 17 downwards.
Genesis 35 from 17 downwards.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says, then they moved on from Bethel. While they were still some distance from Ephraim, Rahel began to give birth. And had great difficulty. And as she was having great difficulty in childbirth, the midwife said to her, don't be afraid, for you have another son. As she breathed her last, for she was dying, she named her son. Here it is written Ben-Oni. Ben-Oni. Okay. So he told me that.
Which version of the Bible is
this? This is NIV Study Bible. It is written here, Ben with dash, then Oni is there. Then here he said, you see, Oni is your language. Oni means mother. Because the woman that was giving birth to that child was dying out. And the statement the woman made to be used as the name for the child was omitted. Then he told me, the woman said, "Wan nebana antuno, antu Oni." That is what the white man say, Anthony. He says, Antu Oni. That is why they will say Saint Anthony. But if I ask the Italian, where did you get the Saint Anthony word name from? They say from the Hebrew scrolls. I say, yes, you are right. But why did you change it here? Because you want to deceive the world. Because you don't want the people to know who they are. Because you know the language, if come fully, we can trace to know where the language is coming from. So you deliberately omitted the Oni, Anto, and you brought Oni, which means the mother. And the father, being so sad and doesn't want to continue in sadness, calling his son Antu Oni, of which he will continuously remember the pain the mother went through to death. He said, Sewenya Onia, ubenya me, or say, you will have me, the father. And he said, Wu Benyame. So the word is originally Benyame, not Benjamin. It's spelled Benyame. That is the original spellings of it when they turn it to Benjamin. So it's our language. He proved to me here. And there are so many things he proves to me in Genesis 30, Genesis chapter 32, where it was said Jacob had battle with God. Jacob wrestled with God. Here, I challenged some people in Italy, and some of the people were saying it's English language. I said, okay, go and pick your dictionaries. Find out this word. Some people say penal. I said, no, it's not penal. Check carefully, because if you don't take care, you will call it penal. But the word is pinier. They deliberately add the letter L. This is what the tricks they have been using. Some of them, they will use L and H in between, so that you may not get the word correctly. Because when you get the language correctly, you will know which people speak that language. But one thing I want people to observe, to know that God, that Hebrew God, will never let his people perish, that we can't even trace them. If we can't trace them, then we can't trace him too. Because they are the people who are supposed to let people know that he existed and he's existing.
Now, why should we be Hebrews or Israelites to be able to rule the world? If ruling the world is anything that we want to do, why can't we be Akriapims and Ashantis and so on and rule the world? Why do we have to be Hebrews?
It is not about you have to be Hebrew. You are. If you say, why do we have to be? It means we are imposing ourselves to be. But we are. That is the fact that everybody knows except you. Ghanaians.
So if we are Hebrews, why should we rule the world?
Because it is a prophecy. It's a prophecy that the Hebrew God gave to the world, that in the end time, that statue that was brought, the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, it has already happened, but people don't see it. You see, it says the toe is a clay mixed with iron. And the clay mixed with iron means two different kind of people. A nation form of two different kind of people, race, is going to rule the last before the kingdom of God itself comes. That is why he say a stone without hand holding it struck the foot, which is mixed clay and iron, and the whole statue break down. That is the system they have set out to deceive us is going to be broken down. And after the system is broken down, the truth is coming to come out. And the truth is coming out of the ark of the covenant that our people carried from Israel to this place. And those people, I am saying the truth. I am a Kwapim man from Ebri here. I don't carry any credit for my people when they don't supposed to have it. I give credit where it belongs. I am telling the whole world, and even especially Ghanaians, that the Ewes are those who are going to hold that ark of Israel, that ark of the covenant. It was with them, and it is with them. As I'm speaking now.
Now, you speak of the Hebrew God. And you are from Eburi?
I'm from Eburi.
You must know of Akunedi.
Akunedi, yes, from Latte.
Yes.
Yes.
Akunedi is not a Hebrew God.
You see, you have... Okay,
Akunedi is not a Hebrew God.
Yes.
Now, between the Hebrew God and Akunedi, which one should we believe?
Okay. You see, let's go to Job chapter 1. You see, Job chapter 1 says, there was a time that the children of God were presenting their messages to God, and Satan also went with them. Okay. If we are looking for the truth, the thrones that are in our houses, that we don't value them, they are the ones that we call the angels. They are the ones that carry, if you like, maybe you have not been visiting those places, but if you're somebody who have been visiting those places, May, middle of May, getting to May, June, when you visit those places, they will tell you, Nananuma to Kwine. And you will not understand because you don't know the meaning. They go for 21 days. This is what the record, Job has recorded. They take our messages up there. And after 21 days, they come down with all our requests and everything. This is the secret that most people don't know. So, you mentioning Akonodi, they all serve under the Hebrew God. They all serve under the Almighty. No one of them has his own will.
So, the God of Nakaba, the God of Akunedi, the God of the Jews, the God of the Hindus, the God of the Baha'is, and so on, they all serve under the God of the Hebrews?
Because he is the most great God. It is written here. Let's read. Because I don't want to say things that I can't prove. Because I hate belief.
But if you read something in a book, it's not sufficient proof, is it?
Except the one that he has
proof
proven
is
to me.
something which is empirically tested.
Yes.
Something that you can test.
Yeah.
You put litmus paper in
Yeah.
acid.
Yeah.
It turns blue, doesn't it?
Yes.
That is proof.
Yes.
Reading something from a book doesn't make it proof.
Okay.
Does it?
You are right. You see, but you see, let's say, how was this story? Where did this story come from? How did we get this story? Was there any paper when Moses and others that we are claiming, Abraham and others that we are claiming they were, was there paper by then?
There were
Paper
stones.
Paper was not invented by then. So how were they able to preserve their records or the history? It was all written on clay tablets, formed in the form of the slabs we put on gutters. And they, actually, people think it was the Greeks who brought the knowledge of writing. It's not true. The knowledge of writing was there right from the ancient Mesopotamia, where me and you, our sisters, recorded science, mathematics, geography, and all. The records are there. Ghanaians don't have time to go and check. Even as at now, it is recorded in English. The headlines still remain Twi language. As at now, the Mesopotamian records that says those people brought science, mathematics. So if Ghanaians are supposed to know who they are, what their ancestors contributed into this world, we are not supposed to even go and somebody say we have come to borrow money. No. You owe us. Because anybody who uses science must pay royalty to us. Anybody who uses geography must pay royalty. Anybody who uses mathematics. Because our ancestors brought all this, the records are there, but we don't have time to check them. That is why it is important for us to know who we are.
Now, we're going to go on a short break.
Okay.
And when we come back from the short break,
Okay.
I'd like to ask a very, very simple question.
Very good.
There are 7 billion people in the world, more than 7 billion people
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
Why did this God, God of the Jews, God of Abraham, decide that you should be the messenger? Now, viewers, this is Talk Time, and we are talking to OSOMAFO KWASI BENYAME. And we're going to go on a short break. We'll be back soon, and I'd like to know why he is the messenger.
How much is this?
600.
Wonderful. I think I'll take this one.
But what's your size?
44.
This is 43. I could get you 44. What's that? This is the man. Your home of quality shoes from the UK. We have various shoes for the office, for your formal and casual occasions. Visit the man in Abilingpe. Our office is located just behind Aquatech. Our telephone numbers are 020-873-7166. You can also reach us on our landline 0302-730-760. We'll be expecting you.
Hello and welcome back to Talk Time. And we are in conversation with OSOMAFO KWASI BENYAME. OSOMAFO KWASI BENYAME used to be a priest. Now he says that he's a messenger, and a messenger of Elijah, a messenger of the God of the Hebrews.
That's right.
Now, OSOMAFO,
You see?
there are more than 7 billion people in the world.
Yes.
Why did this God, Elijah, whoever, choose you as the messenger?
Thank you very much for this question. I will answer the question by asking the question, and then we go on. There are many nations in this world. Why did this God choose these few people alone? You see where the answer is coming from? He does whatever pleases him. I don't value myself to be anybody. I never knew I have an assignment. So it just came like that. And the reason being that maybe in the eyes of people, I value nothing. But maybe in his eyes, I value. That is why.
But first of all, why would God create the whole world, including all the nations, and be so biased as to select one nation as the leader?
Very good. You see, to my own knowledge, those people he selected are the most difficult people on the planet, the most wicked people on the planet. So if he doesn't grab them and hold them tight, there will be no peace in this world. Because like you have a lot of children, and you have one stubborn child, your eyes are always on that stubborn, because the rest, they are not going to give you any problem. But that stubborn one, you make sure you fence him wherever he goes, so that he doesn't bring problem. That is why.
So Ghanaians are the most wicked people on earth?
I tell you, you don't know.
The most troublesome?
I tell you, you
people
don't know.
Of Ghana?
Yes. It's just that you people have not, Ghanaians believe that the fact that they haven't gone into civil war and things that like that is going on around the whole world, they are the best people. No, it's not true. The most stubborn people, the most disobedient people, because when even God speaks to them, they don't heed to it. Ghanaians. And I'm saying this to prove it, that even when you people got the oil, you had the gold and you were still suffering. So when the oil came in, you thought, now we are going to be free. You see the intensify of the hardship. He is speaking to you, but you still don't heed it.
But why would a fair God, a God that is omnipotent and omnipresent and so on, why would such a fair God, all-powerful God and so on, want stubborn people, people who don't listen to advice, people who are problematic to lead the world? Why would anybody want troublesome people, to lead the world?
You see, out of every bad thing comes a good thing. We see things were started creating from darkness, not light. But we don't value darkness. Do we? We all don't value darkness. But the importance of darkness is what we're supposed to research and find out. Everybody who is very harsh and strict has the muscles to take a leadership mantle when trained very well. Not a dull person. You see, a dull person cannot be a leader. It is always somebody who struggles with the master. The master doing that. If I train this child very well, he can lead. So that is why the God of the Hebrews is always very attentive with new people. And he has refused to allow any war, any sickness to come and take you over.
So the people today who are in Tel Aviv, who are oppressing the Palestinians and so on, who are they?
Very good.
If they are not the Hebrews, if they are not the Jews, who are they?
Very good. You see, I should have brought my dream book, the dream book that I've recorded all what he was telling me, date by date, hour by hour. This Tel Aviv and the people of those Israel, the people who call themselves Jews, was revealed to me. And I'm going to tell the dream and then let you people know the interpretation. I saw in a dream, there was a battle between two people, and one party was pulling down the houses of the other with bulldozer. And all of a sudden, I heard a voice telling me that these two people are not the owners of this land, but the owners are in Nigeria. That is what the message came in the dream. Then I asked, who are the owners? He said, the owners are in Nigeria. When I wake up in the morning, I was thinking about this. What land is this? Then he said, Jerusalem. It belongs to the real owners are in Nigeria. I said, wow, which are those people? I saw it here. It is in the scriptures. Then I saw it and I know that the Jerusalem originally was called Jebu. That was the name of Jerusalem. Before the white man changed the B and make it R and add Salem to it. And I checked the whole records, it's here. That Jerusalem...
Where is the record?
The book of Joshua.
The book of Joshua.
I'm coming. Let me see, where can I find Joshua? Kwesi, will you please help me to...
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take our time.
Yeah.
But give us the right quotation. Maybe our viewers can also look for it.
Normally
the book of Joshua,
I'm coming. Normally people hold the scripture without reading the prefaces and the introduction. The prefaces and the introductions give more details in what has been written here than even what is written there. So it is the preface that is telling me that the writer of that Joshua was very much particular at the antiquated name of cities such as Jebu for Jerusalem, and it was there. So what he told me in the dream, as compared to what I saw, is equally the same. So the Jebu people were the ones that the white man said, the Jebusites, the Israelites, the Ammonites, everything they add, like they say Jeremiah, Isaiah, they add ya to all those names where we can't even find them in our ancestral names. You see, so it's a deliberate way of turning things so that we, who that story belongs to, may not know.
So how come that we are the original owners
yes.
of the land,
and
of the land,
yes,
of Jerusalem,
yes,
and so on?
Yes.
And we are sitting in Accra, Ghana, and there's a conflict between the Zionists and the Palestinians. How come?
You see, the Zionists were, the Palestinians were the ones who settled down when we were taken away from there. The Roman Empire were the people who stored those people there and called them Palestinians. The Palestinians themselves are not the owners of the land. You can check records. Palestinians are not the owners of the land. It was AD 70 after our ancestors have been driven away. The last battle. The first battle started AD 63. That was what brought the Guans. The people, they say Guan. That means run away. You know, they were the first people to settle down here before the rest of us came. That was AD 63. The battle started and they ran away first. Then after a year and a half, another battle took place. Then the Akans also lived. The people who left last was the Ewes because they hold the keys to the powers, and the Ga people. They were the ones who were brutally beaten in the AD 70 battle that drove all of us from that place, and few people remain there as at now. You see, few of our people, if you go to Jerusalem, you see...
So who are we fighting with?
With the Roman Empire. It was the Roman Empire who attacked our people. And they drove all of us there, coming down to Africa. We were just going around looking for a place to stay. Some of them settled in, you know, we have brothers in Mali. Some of them settled in Mali. Then the rest came down here. Others went to Nigeria. Then the rest also came to Ghana.
So how did the Romans, after driving us out of Palestine, bring in Palestinians?
They brought many people from other areas and settled them. It has happened several times. When you go to the book of Kings, you will see this thing happen to even the Samaritans. When the Samaritans were driven away, other people were settled. The Assyrian king brought other people and settled them down. That was when they never knew how to worship the Israel God. The lions came to kill most of them until a Levite came to teach them how to sacrifice for the Israel God so that all these things will stop. You see, so
in the Bible, I'm sure you heard about the Philistines.
Yeah, very good. You raised this topic, and I'm going to tell you.
The Philistines.
Yes.
Now, the Philistines and the Palestinians, is there a difference?
A big difference. The Philistines are settled down in Ghana here today. The Philistines are with us here. And when I got to know it, look, two enemies coming together to live on one land. What a marvelous thing. The Philistines are nobody but the Dagombas.
How?
You say, how? Okay. Let me explain. You know, there were many gods in those days. There wasn't any one God, as we have been claiming.
Even today, there are many gods.
Okay, but other people don't believe. You see, they don't believe that there are many gods. Yes. And then they use these Dagon powers to always attack the Hebrews. When the Hebrews commit against their God, he will just leave them, and then the Dagons will conquer them. I think you will even find some in the scriptures. And anytime the Dagon people are coming, our ancestors will beat the gongon and tell them, na Dagon man omoba. That means the children of Dagon are coming. So prepare yourself. So after using Dagomba, we give them that name Dagomba. I came 2014. I've been there teaching some elderly people. I asked them, where did you get your name Dagomba? They said they don't know. I said, yes, I'm going to teach you. But they know that their God is Dagon. They know. So I said, we gave you the name Dagomba. And it became Dagomba.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have the message.
Yes.
And the message simply is that Ghana will lead the world.
That one, if anybody likes, he can say no. But your no won't hold any water. It will happen. For sure.
So if Ghana leads the world,
yes. Yes.
How is Ghana going to lead the world?
Yeah, I said this when I was...
Because you see, Ghana is made up of different kinds of people.
Yes.
They are owners of property and workers.
Yes. Yes.
They are chiefs and subjects.
Yes. Yes.
And so on.
Yes.
So Ghana is not one united whole.
That's true.
Ghana itself has many divisions.
That's true.
Is it all these divisions which are going to rule the world?
Once
or part of Ghana is going to rule the world? What is it? Is it the owners of property who will rule the world or the workers?
Is
it the chiefs who will rule the world or the subjects? What is it?
Okay. It is the powers of the Hebrew God that is going to rule the world through Ghana. And if I say
something supernatural,
that is what I am saying. The ark that we have been crying for, Ark of Covenant we have been speaking about, is in Ghana. And anybody who doubts me, the painful thing is that maybe the time that thing will burst out, we may not be around, but our children's children, because it's going to take a little time, not so long a time. Anybody who doubts me, because when I came in first, I spoke to some people in circle, and one elderly man, he never believed me. He was a cattle. Until one day he used to go to Burkina Faso to bring scraps to Tema, steal this thing. So one day he came from Burkina Faso. He saw me and he said, "Hey, Kwesi, I miss you. He embraced me." I said, "What is it, Agbion?" He said, "Now I believe you. Now I believe you." I said, "Why do you believe me?" He went with some illness to a place, a shrine in Burkina Faso, and they told him that the truth is in your land. The most powerful power in the whole world is in your soil, but you don't know, and somebody has come spoken about it, and you still don't believe him. That is how the man. If I have telephone, I will even call him to say what he saw, what he heard from that place. So from that point, he started believing my message. You see, so Ghana is not just mere Ghana. Ghana is not just being protected. Ghana, the Ebola was really meant for Ghana, but Ghanaians didn't know. Just like the Arab Spring was meant for Gaddafi, and he never knew. He started from where? And so after it swept him, the whole thing ceases. Ebola was meant for Ghana, but it is all Hebrew God who stopped them. And later when they saw that the Ebola couldn't get Ghana as they wanted, they went and did vaccine. If you have done a vaccine for a sickness, I think you're supposed to carry it to where the sickness is. Why do you come to Ghana and say you want to use the vaccine on us? Because they know the Ewes are the ones who are going to invoke that Hebrew God to come and rule the world. America know this, and they don't want it to happen. Russia know. British know. Britain know. Italians know, because Italians have been confronting me about this message in Italy. Asking me, how is Ghana going to rule the world? They don't have any weapon. They don't have any. I say, okay, you wait. If the world is going to be ruled by weapons and ammunition, you will see. Otherwise, the tsunami and the hurricane will never strike Japan. Japan has ammunition. Why didn't they attack the tsunami? Oh yes, people don't still understand what is about to take place. They think it's ammunition and guns. It's never that way. It's never that way. Things are going to be surprised, and the whole world will go down with the ammunitions.
And Ghana will rule the
Ghana
world.
Ghana will surely rule this world. America knows this. Let me tell you one thing. I met with one CIA man at La Paz. I think last 2 years or last year. Because do you recall that time? Yes. And we were talking about gold business and things like that. Then all of a sudden this thing pops in. And I told him,
are you the messenger of the most powerful God? You are talking about gold business.
Because gold is Ghana's ornament. Never should anybody think that God makes people poor. Like the white man will say, blessed are the poor, for they shall go to the kingdom of heaven. No. Why is white man knows that poor people should go to, and he's still cheating us, robbing us of our mineral resources? He knows robbers won't go to heaven. But why is he doing it? You see, there are certain things we don't have to think about it, because God never make poor people poor for them to go to heaven. Never. Otherwise, Abraham will never be rich. Otherwise, Job will never be rich. If God hates,
was Abraham rich?
Abraham he was very poor man. And the reason why Abraham became poor, the records are there, but people don't even check to know. All they know is that, oh, God says, Abraham, get out from your father's house. God is not mad like that. He committed an offense. He committed an offense that he should be rejected. The fact is that people don't know. It is not recorded here. But when you go to the clay tablet, you see everything real. You see, that place, we don't polish anything. They don't polish anything. They say their things correct. He slept with his sister, father's daughter, and it is abomination. So they were rejected from the house. That is what happened to him.
So now, this is God's chosen people. The land of Ghana is where the throne of the world, according to you, is going to be, and so on.
Yes.
Can you explain why our city is losing value at such a rapid rate?
Thank you very much.
Why petroleum prices are going up?
Thank you very much.
Why school children are dying in accidents and so on? If this is God's chosen land, then if God didn't choose this land, I don't know what will happen.
Very good indeed. You see, he gave a statement. He said, anywhere your people, Yakobi, the one you people started, Jacob, and then he became Jacob. The original name is what I'm mentioning. Everybody can doubt me. Your doubt doesn't hold any water. You see, sometimes when I speak, I don't want people just to doubt me. Go and find out. Because we are so much lazy. We don't want to research. That is why we are rich and still begging. He said, anywhere you people put your leg, I will bless the land. But if you don't worship me and acknowledge my laws and obey me, your enemies will come and take away your blessings. This is what is happening to the nation Ghana. I want to put across any young man, any man who is interested.
So our enemies have taken away our blessings.
Oh yeah. Can't you see? British has...
The blessings, don't they include the charge to rule?
The what?
The commission to rule, to become rulers of the world. Is that not part of the blessing? So if your enemies have already taken that blessing, why are you still dreaming about ruling the world?
You see, we talk about blessing, we talk about rule. We talk about blessing and rule. You see, Ghana has abundance of mineral resources in this land. What has been taken is peanut. But you see, he just wants you people to be aware of who you are and who your God is, and begin to acknowledge him. You have, if you like, people must go and check on the internet. The mineral resources on the planet Earth, gold, diamond, manganese, bauxite, and is 11,000 different kinds. And out of the 11,000 different kinds, Ghana alone has 5,200, of which they themselves they don't know. So who is richer than you? And why are you still beggars? This is where, you see, when the knowledge comes, the awareness also comes. When the awareness comes, the research also comes in. And that is what exactly I'm creating. The knowledge and the awareness.
So when was the last time this black young man with low hair visited you in a dream? When was the last time?
Okay, let me say that would be 2014.
So for the last 3 years, the young man has not appeared to you again?
No, the young man has not appeared to me, but many things have appeared to me, of which I don't see the young man, but I see like something like people who belongs to us that has been in diaspora, those who were taken as slaves, those who went there by themselves, and other things like that, the tribes who went to other places, they are all coming back. And let me tell you how I saw it. Because anything that I see, I want people to hear. Then they also assess it and see whether my interpretation is correct or wrong. I dreamt and I saw a huge tree. And then the huge tree, very tall one. And I saw people descending from the tree. The children, the old men, the old ladies, the young men, all of them were descending down. And I was asking them, where from you and what are you coming to do? And they say, we are coming for a conference. I say, hey, okay. The next morning, the interpretation came that I told you after your message, my people everywhere will come down. Anybody who is listening to me, anyhow you can interpret it, you also interpret it. Let's see.
Okay.
So the message has been coming often and often, but this time he doesn't come to me. But I see.
He doesn't have to come to you at all.
He doesn't, because now he sees that I believe whatever he told me. So when he passed on the message.
So how are you delivering this message? This message from the Hebrew God, how are you delivering it?
Well, I started delivering it when I came in. I was driving a taxi because I don't have any church. I don't have any place to organize people. So I was driving a taxi, and then probably I pick him. I speak to him. My Bible is with me. I give you the quotation. I let you read some of the portions that I have. So it went on like that. Then I came to meet one man. Then the man was able to connect me to Breeze FM. So I started with the Breeze FM for some time. Then the Oman FM also invited me. Then Hot FM Otunoko also invited me once. Then Unique FM also invited me. Then Bright FM at Koforidua also invited me. So that is how I've been going around.
Okay. So we're going to go on a short break.
Okay.
And when we come back from the break, I'd like to find out what you think, not what you think, what this young black man has told you the world will be like.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, I understand.
He's giving you a message.
Yes.
That Ghana will rule the world.
For sure.
What kind of a world would Ghana be ruling? So, good. Short break from Talk Time.
Bibiara wa melkom Luciano le melkom Nofiano ye melkom. What are you looking for? Melkom got it all. Great discount, no door. Yamafia so. Best bargains on our days. Everything here is a bargain. High quality, goods be a priority. So tell your mom, tell Poppy, tell your actually everybody.
Well, hello and welcome back to Talk Time. And we are talking to OSOMAFO KWASI Darko, who says that he's a messenger of the Hebrew God, or better still, a messenger of Elijah, represented by a black young man who appears to him in his dreams. Of course, he has discounted high fever and malaria as being the sources of the dream, because he says that he can always prove what he dreams about, and therefore it's not just a fluke and so on. But he says that this messenger tells him that Ghana will rule the world. What kind of a world would Ghana rule, sir?
Well, we have been hearing about a kingdom coming. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of God, especially the Jehovah's Witnesses, has been saying this several times. But it looks as if people don't heed to it. And then I also know that even the Jehovah's Witnesses are saying about a kingdom. But they still even don't know the kind of kingdom that is coming. And the kind of kingdom that is coming is the true Hebrew God's kingdom. The true Hebrew God's kingdom. That is what is coming. And if we can go into the scripture, we may still understand the kind of kingdom that is coming. Because I don't want to say it by mere mouth.
So go into the scripture. And
okay,
tell us
then we
what
go
kind
to
of
Malachi
kingdom is
chapter
coming.
3.
Malachi chapter 3.
Yeah.
Verse what?
Verse 1.
Malachi
Verse 1
chapter
to
3,
5.
verse 1 to 5.
Yeah. Okay. It says, and I read, "See, I will send my messenger who will prepare the way before me." People say it is John, but we are going to find out. "Then suddenly the Lord you are seeking will come to his temple, the messenger of the covenant." You see here, he has mentioning two messengers. The one who is coming to prepare the way, and then another one who is the messenger of the covenant. "Whom you desire will come, says the Lord Almighty." He said, "But who can endure the day of his coming? Who can stand when he appears? For he will be like a refiner's fire or a launderer's soap. He will sit as a purifier and a refiner of silver. He will purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver. Then the Lord," please let everybody pay attention to this particular one. "Then the Lord will have men who will bring offering in righteousness, and the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be acceptable to the Lord, as in days gone by, as in former years."
So that's the kind of kingdom.
That is the kind of kingdom that is coming. We are going back to the ancient. We are going back to the former years.
Now you tell us that the coat of arms of Ghana is in the Bible. Why in the Bible is the coat of arms of Ghana?
The Bible, the coat of arms can be found in Exodus chapter 25, verse 17 going. And I'm going to read that.
Exodus chapter 25, verse 17 going.
And I want everyone who is listening or watching to carry his Bible, pay very good attention to the scripture, and then we know whether it's true or false. It says, 17, it says, "Make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long, and 1.5 cubits wide, and make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at ends of the cover. Make 1 cherub on the one end, and the second cherub on the other end. Make the cherubim of one piece with the cover at the 2 ends. The cherubim are to have their wings spread upwards." Then you watching the coat of arms very carefully. "Overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim are to face each other." You watch the coat of arms very carefully. "Looking towards the cover. Place the cover on top of the ark, and put in the ark the testimony which I will give you. There above the cover, watch it very carefully this time. There above the cover, between the 2 cherubim that are over the ark of the covenant, I will meet with you and give you all my commands for the Israelites." So when you check this very carefully, you see that the eagles are facing each other, and they have spread their wings upwards. And he says, in between these 2 cherubim, he will meet. And you can see a black star in between the 2 eagles. I think you can see the star stands for a human being. Because when a human being stands like this, the head, the arm, and the second arm, the legs and the legs, that's the 5 points of a human being. And when you go into the scriptures, that is the oldest King James versions, because this current one, they have removed that one from it. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 21, God himself says he's a black man. It is written there. Now the other Bibles that are coming, they have removed all these things from it. And if you still doubt, our hair texture is what the white man calls woolly hair. Their hair texture is called stretch hair. And in Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, it is recorded that they saw God of Israel with a pure woolly hair. You understand? So if God is wearing a pure woolly hair and he's black, then he's creating man in his own image. What kind of man do you think God will create? I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just setting the record straight so that we will know what actually took place and who is who on the planet. That's simple. You see? Because we, the black people, don't need any evidence to prove that we give birth to all colors. Because we have been giving birth to albinos. And if you check the records in Genesis chapter 25, verse 25, it says it's clear there that we gave birth to them. And I want to read it so that people will get it. Genesis chapter 25, that was where it is recorded the birth of Jacob and the one you people call Esau. Because I want somebody to ask me, why do you say the one you people call Esau? That is why I said, I need a question. That is why I said so. He said, when the time came for her to give birth, there were twins boys in her womb. The first came out red, and his whole body was like a hairy garment. So they named him, you people say Esau, but that is not the word. You see, in the English language, the Englishman does not call himself red. So we have to recognize that there has been a language. There is a language that they call these people, when you translate into English, it means red. You see, because the record here says the first came out red. But there has never been a reddish human being on the planet. But in a certain people's language, they call certain people, in their language, when you translate it to English, it will sound red. It will mean red. That is, the Hebrew word will say koko. So this one should tell you that this reddish guy came out of a people who are not in his own kind. This man that is being described as red, the first came out red, proved that he never came out of his kind. He was quite different from the rest of the people. That is why his color appeared. And the second person, color never appeared because it's just like any of them. So it wasn't necessary for his color to appear. But the one who is different among the whole lot, color appeared, and they say he came out red. And the hair is what they used in naming him. The word is not Esau. Please. My brothers, the word is not Esau. I am not quite educated, but at least I know when the letter E is formed in a sentence or a word, it's never pronounced E again. It's pronounced E. If I am lying, the grammatologist may tell me I'm lying. Oh yes. You see, so when we see E-S-A-U, why do we then say Esau? Because if it is even Esau, when you remove the E, you must get the rest of the pronunciation Saw. Am I lying? But when you check it, you only get S-A-U, which is not Saw. So why do we then say Esau? The word originally is Esau. Even on the records of the clay tablet, it is, when translating, it is recorded S-E-S-A-W. Esau. That is the original word. And why, how did they get this name? From what did they get the name? You see, our hair texture is a woolly hair. Their own is a stretch hair. So the woman who gave birth to that child was comparing the kind of hair texture the boy has brought to the sponge, the ancient sponge that we were using. You see that ancient sponge also have a stretch, something like fiber, something. So he say, "Ne won you today a sow." So it became his name. And because that guy was very rowdy, he said he has become a dom. Why you so dom? Minti.
Okay. So when that world, which will be led by Ghana, comes about, where would we be? You, where would you be?
By then?
Yeah. Or it's not coming about now?
It's not. I don't know the time that this thing will come, but surely the prophecy says Ghana, the people of Israel, will rule this world. And before the world will live in peace.
So we are not going back to Jerusalem?
At one time, he told me that we have a double portion of the land, and it's in the scriptures, but I've forgotten the quotation a little. He told me in my dream that you will have double portion of the land.
So are we going back to Jerusalem?
For that one, I may say, well, some of us may go. Because when the people realize, because once he has said that he will let those who are there, saying they are the people, come and bow down before us, it means they will acknowledge that we are the people. Oh, sorry. We are the people. And then that will permit us to go back. Not all of us, some of us. And that is why he say we will have double portion of the land. That is, that place will belong to us. And here, who is supposed to be the land of honey and milk. This is the land of the honey and milk that they were claiming. But we never knew.
This Ghana is the land
This
of
land
honey.
is the land of milk and honey. My brother, until you make research, you will never appreciate where you live. You always appreciate a land that has nothing in it.
Anyway, OSOMAFO KWASI Darko, thank you very much for coming to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Well, viewers, we've been talking to OSOMAFO KWASI Darko, who says he's a messenger of the Hebrew God. And the Hebrew God has been appearing to him in his dreams as a young black man. The dreams have nothing to do with high fever. These are dreams that he says are spiritual and they are revealing. It's been interesting talking to him. I hope we've all learned a thing or two. Please stay tuned to Pan-African television all the time, because Pan-African television brings you the best in everything. We bring you the best in the news, the best magazine programs, and please stay with us until we meet again next week. Bye-bye from all of us from Pan-African television.